Hi everybody, it's freaking cold. But guess what? We made it anyways, right? So as she said, my name is Sister Misty Meaner of the Motor City Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. We are one of many houses that make up the global order of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. The Sisters, again, are a global order of two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, asexual, plus. And yes, even heterosexual. We are nuns that use humor, satire, and irreverence to spread the message of joy and love to all who will listen, to shine light where there is darkness, and to expose the forces of bigotry and guilt that chain the human spirit. A quick thank you before I go on to the event producers, the Michigan Coalition of Reproduction Liberation. I would also like to thank my other sisters who made it from Detroit today, who are out there incognito, Sister Esty and Novice Sister Yaya. And also thank all of you for being here at our state's capital today, despite this freezing stuff. So rather than a speech, I had some thoughts. I was trying really hard to write this big, long, drawn-out speech, but I just couldn't get past my thoughts. So today, I'm going to read those thoughts to you. Today we stand, not in fear, but in solidarity. Today we stand with the strength that comes from our inclusivity, our bond as a community, our humanity, our hopes and dreams, and our right to freedom. Today we gather to say no more. No more fear-mongering, no more fascist dictatorship, no more government or religion in our bedrooms or in our pants. No more limitations on who we love or what gender we identify as. I'm nervous. I run my mouth a lot, so this is interesting. Today we fight. We fight for our rights, for the continued rights of those who fought before us. We fight for our own right to exist. We fight for our siblings who will come after us. We fight against a hijacked government that is no longer of the people, by the people, and for the people. Today we stand. Today we gather. Today we fight. Today and every day forward, we grow stronger in our resistance until tomorrow when the tyranny ends. So I've got a little audience participation for you guys today. So as fully professed Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, we follow a similar path to actual Catholic nuns. And make no doubt, we are actual nuns ourselves. We are nuns for the queer community, as I said before. So normally we would stand up here and we would take our public vows to you, the community. Today, I'm going to ask you as the community to take vows to each other. First, I want everybody to grab hands if you're able, if you're willing. And again, this is audience participation, so I'm going to have you repeat after me. So to start this out, I'm going to have you say I and your name. Okay, let's try that again. So you don't have to actually say your whole name. You can just say your first name. You can say anybody else's name you want, if that's what makes you feel more comfortable, okay? So we're going to try this again. I state your name. As a fully engaged member of the 2S LGBTQIA+ and ever-growing community, yes, you're killing it. I will ever strive to affirm within myself my own individual identity and value. I will ever strive to affirm within my community our collective identity and value. Henceforth, I will rain down joy upon my community and the world. Yes. Simply by existing in any damn space I choose. I shall dismantle stigma, guilt, and shame. Simply by existing in any way and in any damn space I choose. Okay, one more. I vow to be loyal to my community, to the greater good, and to my family and friends. All right. I made that one longer on purpose. I will diligently serve as a beacon of light, even in the darkest of times. While making it appear effortless and glamorous. But no matter how hard the fight, I vow to take breaks when needed. Check on my homies. And drink plenty of water. Blessed be this day. Amen. Women. Trans folks. And all the others. Remember, as we fight, no matter how hard they try to beat us down, we will get back up. We are strong, and we have risen before. We are powerful, and we will rise again. We will resist because we are the resistance. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here. I had hoped, as we all probably had, that we would not need to meet over the issue of Obergefell versus Hodges. In reality, the truth becomes evident as both a historical and contemporary precedent. Our rights require constant vigilance to uphold and consistent maintenance. The current political system greatly benefits from you staying home and staying silent. To our representatives, silence is the same as agreeing with the policies being enacted. No news is good news, right? That's why we are here to say unambiguously that we do not support Josh Schriver's House resolution to overturn the Supreme Court's decision to protect same-sex marriage. Currently, Michigan constitutional law does not protect the right to same-sex marriage. The only thing that the 7 sponsors of HR 0028 will have accomplished is bringing this fact to our attention. The concept of marriage rights was challenged by Josh Schriver and 6 other Michigan representatives under the pretense of protecting their constituents' religious freedom. How strange is it then that the expression of religious freedom requires the suppression of rights of American citizens? Why do the authors of that resolution cite the original constitutional meaning of liberty as a reason to revoke the rights of hardworking Americans? When you examine the House Resolution 0028 for any prevailing logic, it becomes obvious what it is: a clumsy and cowardly attempt to suck up to the extremist religious super PACs for that sweet traditional values money. With the planned barrage of executive orders, it is evident that Project 2025 is well underway. The intention for this flood of anti-LGBT legislation is to freeze you and to make you censor yourself out of fear. When faced with this uncertainty, it is understandable to want to withdraw from your community and to push away the overwhelming news. I'd like to suggest an alternative. Take the fear you feel and turn it into protective anger. Anger serves us well in that it drives us to move towards safety. Anger is action, undistracted and undeterred. If fear freezes you in place, then focus on fighting for the ones who stand beside you. Look to your trans sisters, brothers, and siblings and say, I will not let them distill your life down to mere perversion. You deserve to live your life as a whole and free being with all that entails. Look to the queer kids of the next generation and say, I will fight tooth and nail to create a world where your rights to marriage are foundational. You deserve security and support as you explore what freedom of expression means for you. Look to our queer elders and say, I will not let the past repeat itself. You fought for decades for our rights and lost friends and loved ones to the systemic medical neglect. Let us take the torch forward and light the way towards true stability for all Americans. When you get home, I want you to take the time to call your district representative. Ask them what they are willing to do to codify the right to same-sex marriage into our state constitution. Tell them your story so they can understand your stake in the matter. Remind them of the members of our community that died alone in the hospital because their partner could not legally be their next of kin. Let them know that we are only willing to vote for those who protect our rights as citizens. No distractions, no excuses. We are not going back. Not going back! Not going back!
Thank you so much for that, Tessa. Next up, we have Cheryl from Crowded Table.
Thank you, Jamie. Wasn't that freaking powerful? We're here. We're queer. We will not disappear. We're here. We're queer. We will not disappear. There it is. So y'all, speaking of your elders, I turned 60 last year, and thank you. You know what? I was here for the Veterans March on Friday, and I said I'm a lesbian, and they cheered. It was so freaking cool. That would not have happened in 1987, let me just tell you right now. The Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence reminded me of Mimi Gonzalez. I just want to share a little levity with my people because you're all here and I love you. I'm so glad that you're here today in this cold weather. Mimi says, you know, 2S, LGBTQIACQ, curious and questioning, how many people do we need? And then she says, what is the fine distinction between curious and questioning? Am I gay? Are you gay? All right, I thought it was funnier than you did. All right, here's the thing. My partner and I started Crowded Table Coalition in November after the election. Having done this once or more before, we realized it was time to start organizing again. And I want you to know, in the 90s, we did a massive effort to try to get a civil rights ordinance passed here in Lansing that included sexual orientation and was one of the first in the nation to include gender orientation as well. And we fought our asses off. I'm not gonna lie, we met every freaking week for 5 years. We got the mayor to finally issue an executive order saying that the city wouldn't discriminate. We got the council to pass the ordinance. It was amazing. And then the anti-gay people came out and they did a petition drive and they got it put on the ballot. And so we worked our butts off and tried to promote the vote, you know, vote yes on the ballot. And we got all the way to that night and the news announced we won. 67% to 33%. Only we didn't. So they did exit polls, and as people were leaving the polls and had to talk to a person, because back in the 90s, that's all you had, they lied. They said they voted for it when they didn't, because they knew they should not be voting against civil rights for everyone. And I'll tell you what, I learned a lot of things from that battle, and one of them is you got to stick with it. You got to play the long game, because 10 years later, 2 years after they passed this constitutional amendment here in Michigan that says marriage is between a man and a woman, 2 years after that, the city council passed our exact same ordinance, not a peep, crickets from everybody, and it's still the law in Lansing today. So it is here now. And again, it just means we have to play the long game. They've been playing that with us as well. So what we're doing at Crowded Table, I want to invite you all to join us. We are doing the work. And we're going to go in, we're doing a full court press on our electeds to get this constitutional amendment overturned. And you know, we need 75% of the vote to do that, which is good because it was a constitutional amendment. We do not want the electeds to be able to overturn that easily, right? Right. But it's going to take a real lot of effort to talk to these guys and let them know what we want from them. And I want to invite you, we just did a training yesterday called Beyond the Echo Chamber and Across the Divide. We'll do it again if people are interested. It's the second time we held it. It teaches you how to speak to somebody who you do not agree with and who you cannot understand, because we don't get them, for sure. And I want to tell you a hard truth. The more we call names at those folks, the less likely they are to come and join us when they need to, because they're going to feel this pain too. It's never, I've said this so many times lately, it's never been about left and right and black and white and gay and straight. It's always been about top and bottom. And we all should be working together against that common enemy. We need to, the people of the U.S. and the people of this planet need to get money out of all of this shit. So, all right, I'm sorry I'm rambling. I just want to say one thing. So, Crowded Table, we are doing the work. We're going to teach you how to talk to people. We're going to ask you to help us talk to your family, talk to your friends, tell them to put up or shut up. They tell you they support you. Okay, call your senator, call your representative. We need them all on board to pass this thing and get rid of this nasty-ass constitutional amendment we have in this state that it's going to leave us all vulnerable if Obergefell is overturned. And we don't want to do that. So again, I want to thank you all for being here. I got cards with me. I'll have some friends passing them out too if you haven't already joined us. Also, I want to say we're on Facebook. I know Facebook is a thing. Right now, it's a good place for us to organize. We got critical mass there. In 2 months, we have over 700 people that want to help and do this. So yes, join us. And by the way, over half of those are allies. And we advertise it as LGBTQ and allies, and they are in. So we're you know, it's a smaller crowd today. It's freaking freezing and it's a Sunday and it was beautiful out, right? But you're here, you're hearty. What? I missed it. It was probably really good too. But there are so many of us out here ready to do the work. You're not alone. Don't get depressed by this. We've been here before. We got through it once. We'll keep getting through it. And actually, I just want to leave you with the Dan Savage quote, because this is something that's held me through some dark times too. Dan Savage, he said, during the darkest days of the AIDS crisis, we buried our friends in the morning, we protested in the afternoon, and we danced all night. The dance kept us in the fight because it was the dance we were fighting for. It didn't look like we were going to win then, and we did. It doesn't look like we're going to win now, but we could. Keep fighting, keep dancing. I love you.
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Next up, we have Jamie, who is an introvert who has had enough to be speaking up here today. So let's give a big round of applause to Jamie.
Hello, she said, my name's Jamie. I'm an openly non-binary individual with no other official affiliation other than I'm being tired of the endless attacks against my existence. I'm not really here to speak to the choir that's in front of me, but more to give a message to the conservatives, the undecided, and the questioning that may be listening. I'm asking everyone to step away from the rhetoric for a minute, embrace our natural human curiosity of the unknown while facing our fear of that exact same unknown. If you've grown up in a conservative or rural environment, you've most likely had limited interaction and have been lied to about the queer community. How do I know this? That's where I grew up. I grew up hearing those same lies from people that I looked up to as role models and leaders. Right here in rural Michigan, as a product of two church-going, hardworking, Republican voting, cis-het parents, and that's straight and normal if you don't speak woke. I had the classic small town upbringing, working on family farms as a teenager, marrying my high school sweetheart who's still standing by my side. Working construction and becoming a paramedic in the post 9/11 years to serve my community like so many others of my generation. Obviously, with such a classic conservative origin story, I must have been corrupted by the woke gender ideology somewhere along the way. Not so, my gentle listeners. As much as I hate to admit it, I am older than the internet. I had no exposure growing up to woke ideology or DEI initiatives, or that the right loves to blame for queer kids existing. I didn't know Pride Month was a thing. Never got to partake in a drag queen story hour at the local library. And queer positive media did not exist. I can hear the cries of, "It's a choice," coming from somewhere over on the right. But my short answer to that is yes. I woke up one morning and decided that life was too easy as a white, cisgender, middle-class conservative living in rural Michigan, and decided I wanted to live life on hard mode. So that morning, while eating my Captain Crunch, I thought, how can I screw my life up in the most spectacular way possible? And it's, I'll be trans. I can ruin all of my social prospects and job connections in one fell swoop. I hope the sarcasm was obvious there. The only choice I got to make was to transition or to kill myself. And that decision was much closer than I'm comfortable admitting. Much to the dismay of the transphobes on the right, I chose to transition and thrive I have. I stand before you as the queer Ivy League educated liberal that Fox News warns you about. I was able to go back to school, become a physician assistant so I could continue helping my community. I'd love to say I returned to my hometown to provide health care to the community I loved and served for years, but alas, this isn't a Hallmark movie, and the spirit of discrimination was too strong, and none of the healthcare systems I worked with for years as a medic would even return my phone call. Did that discrimination hurt me? Not in a physical sense, but it did hurt the people who lived in my community who needed healthcare providers. And that's the problem with discrimination of queer people. It doesn't just hurt us, it hurts everyone in the community. Did I take that as a sign to run to a liberal community? No. I found a new rural community where I'm filling a need, seeing patients who proudly sport their red hats, as well as the ones with their rainbow pins who thank me for being part of the community and a safe source of health care for everyone. So why did I share that with you? People need to know trans folks are people. We grow up in little towns and big cities, have our dreams that are often crushed by reality, struggle to pay our bills, and try to leave the world a little better place, just like everyone else. If we have safe environments to thrive in, we can be a power for good in the community. If we aren't safe, the community can suffer. We don't have an agenda other than living a fulfilling life with the same average lifespan as the rest of America. I implore the people who are listening that harbor hate and distrust for the LGBTQ+ community, why? Did you form that opinion yourself, or did someone manipulate your faith and lack of our understanding to create an artificial divide. The queer community is not your enemy. We are your neighbors, co-workers, teachers, and healthcare providers. Please get to know us as individuals before you pass judgment. Let my inappropriate sense of humor and bad fashion sense be the reason you hate me, not my mere existence. The real enemy is the people in power who are sowing division amongst us to distract us from the wholesale takeover and destruction of the American dream. No one in the LGBTQ plus community is coming for your children, but we will welcome the poor and huddled masses of queer children seeking safety from the right. None of us want to see your child have to wrestle with the societal pressure of being queer, face discrimination, or violence just for existing. But we are willing to face the reality that being queer is an innate part of our existence, and no amount of hate or shame will ever change that. What we do want, and why we're here, is to prevent hate from taking away your child's health care, allow everyone to learn life lessons participating in high school sports, and provide a social safety net for children who are abandoned by their parents for being true to themselves. We're not going back into the closet. Trans folks have always existed and will always exist. No amount of hate can change that. All you can do is harm the people who serve your community, and whether or not you like it, are your family. The anti-trans bills being pushed here in this very building and around the country do nothing to protect the children or the American way of life. They only cause harm to children because they tell every child that if they don't conform, they will be hurt and discarded by society. Anti-trans bills, by their very nature, are against American ideals of life, liberty, and justice for all. Why do you allow your politicians to push over 500 anti-trans bills nationwide so far this year for the children's sake? Rather ask, boo them. Why isn't that energy being expended to fund children's health care, school lunches, or child care programs that will help all children? The reason is this: it was never about the children. It's about distracting you while the oligarchs and politicians rob those same programs to line their pockets. For the LGBTQ plus community, I ask the same for you. Don't hate someone because they're religious or lean conservative. We have good religious people here in the crowd with us today that are willing to stand by our sides. Welcome their input and experience in community organizing. There's a wealth of knowledge and allies to be found in affirming churches. And most importantly, they always have the best food. Be out and proud in your community. Tell your stories, especially to people who may disagree with you. Your visibility in the community shows the contributions of the queer community. Force the people who have been told to hate you to look you in the eye and question the stereotypes they've been told. Find common ground and build the connections that power a functioning society. Be the good in the community that's needed to fill the void that politicians have created by gutting our society. To the young people in the crowd today, I wish I had your courage when I was your age, but I didn't. I'm going to try and make up for it by standing by your sides and helping you fight the battle that you shouldn't have to fight. Stand strong together against the coming storm. It's going to be hard, but doing the hard thing is what true Americans do. I have no intention of going quietly into the night I'm not satisfied with not going back. I'm ready to move America forward. Let's show what true American patriotism is by standing against evil, protecting those who can't protect themselves, and making the world a better place for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jamie, for that. We're now going to protect our sound equipment for a moment. Go, Mike. Woo! Go, sound guy. We do love Mike. We are Mike lovers in this house. Mike is killing it up here. He's blushing. We love you, Mike. Okay, so we're gonna have 2 more speakers. Actually, before I do that, is the speaker from the Trans Unity Coalition here? If you are here, please raise your hand nice and tall. Trans Unity Coalition. Okay, I am not seeing them. I think they may not have made it. Okay, so, I guess they're gone. We are gonna have 2 more speeches, and then I think we're gonna do a short march around the block. And then we have 1 more speaker slot, and then we're gonna do an open mic because we wanna hear from you, the people. Give it up for Mike. Yeah. Mike. He's running. He's making a break for it. All right. When I was promoting this rally, people would ask me, why would we want to organize around this? We know that the proposal to overturn Obergefell v. Hodges is dead in the water, so we're not losing the right to gay marriage anytime soon. And while we're grateful for that, we know that Project 2025 is just getting warmed up. So are we. Any action against our community, no matter how symbolic or otherwise ineffective, will never go unopposed. I want to make it very clear to the people who work in this building, you come for any one of us. You will hear from all of us. I know that this political reality is not what any of us wanted. I know that for many of us, it feels like we were robbed of a future that we dreamed of. And it's okay to grieve that. I'm here with you, I see you, and I hear you. And I hope you take comfort in knowing that when you've dried your tears, we are here and we are ready to work together. Trump has stolen many things from us, but he has also given us one thing: purpose. Purpose, should we choose to accept it, in opposing his bigotry, his lies, and his corrupted vision for our American future. We will win this fight to keep our rights and to keep our dignities. And this is why I know that. We are smart, we are resilient, we are united, we are bold, and this is not our first time building a movement. That's right, we're all fucking here. We are resilient. We have made it through 4 years of Trump already, and we are still here. Still showing up. Still resisting. We do what it takes to survive, and we leave no one behind. We are united, not only through our community, but for the love and empathy that we have for the people of this state and our country. We are united by our determination to defend, tooth and nail, the progress that we fought so many years to gain. If you have felt powerless, you are not alone. Oh, wait, I skipped something, hang on. Hang on, 1 second. This is the best one, too. I was about to skip this one. We are bold! We know that courage in political action does not come from the individual alone. It comes from being able to look left and to look right and to say, I know you, I trust you, and I have your back. Alone, yes, we are courageous, but together, we can be truly bold. If you have felt powerless, you are not alone. If you have felt hopeless, you are not alone. If you feel overwhelmed, you are not alone. I understand you, because after the inauguration, I felt like I was living in a different world than the people who just went on with their lives, seeming to shake off the dread and just keep on going. But we are not powerless. The antidote to despair is action. If you have been isolated in despair lately, I am so glad you're here. And I hope you feel the support in this crowd of all of your neighbors who have shown up to fight for the good. You're here, your voice matters, and we are making ourselves heard today. I'd like to leave you with my method for navigating the news without losing my mind or my will to live. I hope it can be helpful for some of you. When I see a headline that scares the shit out of me, I follow these steps. Number 1, I remind myself that fear is one of the tools of Project 2025, and sensationalism is how the media makes their money. They want us scared. They want us clicking. They want our money. I tell myself that I am no stranger to bullies, and I won't let them scare me now. Step 2, I verify the information with a source that I trust. I don't just go on social media and see a screenshot of something and go, oh, that must be the objective truth, because we are all guilty of it. I know certainly I am. But that's step 2, go verify it with a news source that you personally think is reliable. And it's not a very cool one, but there you go. I gather context. I figure out how immediate and serious the threat really is. And step 3, I go to my friends and I say, what are we gonna do about this? The answer to that question could be call somebody, mutual aid, find a demonstration, direct action, plan something. There are so many things we can be doing when we do not surrender to despair. If you don't have friends that you can have those conversations with, right here at the Capitol today is a great place to make some. These are all very friendly faces that I see staring back at me, and I think that you would all individually make wonderful friends. Ow! Hooray for friends. We have fought and won so much since Marsha P. Johnson threw that first brick. We have the wisdom and experience of the people who have been here before and the passion and energy of those just joining the fight. And most importantly, we have the ferocity and the courage that queer people show up with every day. This is not our first time building a movement, and we are not going back. Mike. I feel so bad for doing this to Mike. He's doing so well, I can't help it. You're doing great, sweetie! Next up we have Neil. Neil, are you ready? Neil has the best outfits, pretty consistently. All right, all good? Thank you, Mike. Okay, I did listen. All right, you ready?
Thank you, thank you. This is my first time ever speaking at something like this. Hopefully it will not be the last. I'm nobody other than a transgender person, which I guess makes me one of the 1% that actually deserves respect. I crave what I know many of you also crave. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. To be seen, to be heard, to be respected. We have walked too long and too hard of a path to be erased over and over again. It can be hard to face each day when our efforts feel in vain, when each passing year feels like we're turning in circles. With each step forward, it always feels like we're taking 2 steps back. But that's just what a revolution is, though. A single turn around a circle. Every single revolution is destined to be followed by another one. There will always be struggle. The fight will never be over, but that doesn't mean that it isn't worth it. It may feel like we're treading in circles, but like an upward draft that birds soar on, our progress is actually a spiral. We're always going up. Every step we take, every little action that we make matters. We are climbing that spiral staircase right to the top. We all have our parts to play, no matter how big or how small. Just by being here, we're taking a step on that journey of making a difference. Be loud! I know many of you have been out here for years. I was here just a couple of weeks ago, and seeing all of the older people in the crowd reminded me that we've always been here and always been fighting. It's wonderful to see. You guys have been out here for years, decades even, fighting to be heard, calling your representatives, refusing to let social media or any media censor us, telling your stories and struggles and spreading them far and wide. Coming to rallies like these and making some fucking noise. I admire you. I honor you. I hope many of you will come up here and share your diverse stories with us when open mic is available. Thank you. But to those of you who may still be afraid to make some noise, I see you too. This speech ultimately is for you, because I used to be one of you. For a long time, it was hard for me to stand up for myself, and often it still is. It's okay to be afraid, and I still am too. Standing up for yourself or the LGBTQ people in your life can be intimidating and scary when you feel vulnerable or alone. But say you join your local community groups, a community garden. You volunteer at your local food bank or the soup kitchen. You join a Buy Nothing group where you trade things with each other and your neighbors. Say you join LGBT support groups on social media or any of the wonderful groups that are represented here today who made this event happen. Say you donate or volunteer with organizations helping disadvantaged queer people and connecting us with resources. Say you help out at places that teach and provide access to safe sexual health care. Yeah. Say you go to local queer events and clubs and bars and coffee shops and craft shops, anything where there are other queer people, and you laugh and you have fun and you share experiences with each other and you help each other out. Next thing you know, you have a whole safety net of people to support you, to back you up, to uplift you, and make sure that your voice is heard. You don't feel so vulnerable anymore. Even a small act, like donating a few dollars to help someone get groceries. Yes, the car's very loud. Yeah. Or passing out water bottles at an event like this. Any little tiny act can help. It helps build links in the iron chain that our opponents cannot break. Every small act is a grain of sand in the gears of the establishment that is trying to destroy us. If you need to pretend to be the hero of your own action movie to find the courage to commit acts of good every day, do it. You are the hero of your own story. We're all the heroes of our own story. Now more than ever is your chance to prove it. Every little thing, every little act of good makes you a hero. For a long time, I had no idea where to start, and activism felt like something I just read about in history books. But now I understand that it starts right here with us. It always has and it always will, over and over, turning circles on our upward spiral. So thank you for taking the step with me today and listening to my testosterone voice maybe crack, though it's been all right today.
Great.
But I don't want my voice to break from crying. I want my voice to break from laughing. I don't want my voice to break from shouting. I want my voice to break from singing. And that's why we're here, to make sure we always can. The pendulum will eternally swing back and forth. It's just physics. But we are here to remind our politicians that we will push back with as much strength as MAGA has pushed against us. We will not go back because there is no back to go to. We have always been here and we always will. We will not go back. Thank you.
We're not going back! We're not going back! We're not going back! So it seems like you guys are already ready to march. You ready to march? All right, we've got a chant list today, and hopefully once we start getting moving in this rain, we will be much warmer. I'm hoping that that works for us. All right, the first one we got is G-O-T-T-O-G-O. Homophobes have got to go. You want to try that? G-O-T-T-O-G-O.
Homophobes have got to go. Homophobes have got to go.
What's it take to shut you up, Josh? What's it take to send you home? Listen up, we've had enough hate. Little Josh has got to go. Trump says go back, we say fight back. Trump says go back,
We say fight back.
Trump says go back,
We say fight back.
Trump says go back.
We say fight back.
That was really good. No Republicans in my bedroom. No Republicans
In my bedroom.
No Republicans in my bedroom! No Republicans!
In my bedroom.
Come out wherever you are. Come out of your closet, come out of your car. Come out wherever you are. Come out of your tears, come out of your fears. Come out wherever you are. Come out of your closet, come out of your car. Come out wherever you are. Come out of your tears, come out of your fears. Come out wherever you are. Come out of your closet, out of your car. Come out wherever you are. Out of your tears, out of your fears. Adam, who is raising his hand, waving his hands over there. And we are going to march. Let's get ready, guys.
Nice to meet you. We'll come listen to you sometime.
Separate the church and state. What do we want? church and state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the church and state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the church and state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the church and state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the church and state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the church and state. 2, 4, 6, 8. Separate the church and state. Fight back! Trump says go back, we say! Fight back! Trump says go back, we say! Fight back! We say! Fight back! We say! Fight back! Trump says go back, we say! Fight back! Trump says go back, we say! Fight back! Trump says go back, we say! Fight back! 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 Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Trump says go back! We say fuck that! Trump says go back! We say fight back! We say fight back! Fight back! Our house! Our house! Our house! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! We say fight back! We say fight back! We say fight back! Fight back! Go back! We say fight back! We say fight back! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! Fight back! This is what democracy looks like! 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 Our house! Our house! Our house! Whose house? Our house! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Separate the church and state! 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 2, 4, 6, 8! Separate the church and state! We say fight back! We say fight back! We say fight back! Trump says go 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 back! We say fight back! What do we want? Equal rights! When do we want them? Now! What do we want? Equal rights! When do we want them? Now! 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 Is everybody a little warmer now?
Small child here to see you. She's a giant baby. Small child. Small child.
Hello, giant baby.
I mean, yeah.
I have one for sign.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, we have one more speaker. We have Aaron here, and I can't use the word that they asked me to introduce themselves with, so I'm going to let them do it.
Hello, some of you know me, others don't. I am an angry fucking tranny. I'm sick of being called their bullshit word. I'm sick of being treated like I'm nothing more than just a dirty tranny. But before we get started, I have a wonderful knock-knock joke for all of you, but you gotta start me off. Can you do that? All right, on the count of 3, we're all gonna say knock-knock. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Who's there? Hiya, Screen Soldiers. It's your favorite social media app here. I'm your favorite black hole, your favorite long-form or short-form content service, and I'm here to remind you that the algorithm needs you more now than ever. Can you keep scrolling? We need you to do that. We need you to drown out the noise and keep staying comfortable because we don't want you to know what the freaks on the other side are up to. Just remember that with every scroll, like, and comment, you could be educating yourself about opposing beliefs, or even worse, finding out what they're secretly up to. Keep watching till the end of the video for the secret they don't want you to know. I'm 6 years old. I'm hiding under the table at the schoolyard because I couldn't be as pretty as the teacher of my first grade class. I remember questioning if it was possible for someone to be born in the wrong body. I pose this to my grandmother, who immediately starts praying, telling me that demons exist and that they can attach themselves to people. I was 6 years old when my grandmother told me that she thought a demon was hiding inside of me. Hiya, Screen Soldiers. Here are 3 things you can do to improve the algorithm. Number 1, turn on your location. This helps us determine more accurately how we can use and sell your data. Hey, you're not going to stop it. Why try to slow it? Number 2, ad personalization. For reasons, the algorithm really wants to know you. Like, really know you. Your interests, your hobbies, your favorite food from the restaurant on 23rd and Boulevard. And 405 error. And with all the ads you're forced to watch, we'd love your feedback on them. All of them. Tell us what ads you like. Tell us what you don't. Give us your input. Every ad, every screen that you are forced to watch, tell us how you feel about it. Remember, we just want to know you. And number 3, upload, upload, upload. Remember, oh shit, sorry. Pictures are an indicator of success. Conform to the standards, meet the guidelines, have the hottest take, but don't stop uploading. Sure, it's a free app and you can absolutely trust us. We absolutely don't gather your information for nefarious purposes. Now go back to uploading. Stop listening to speeches from fucking trannies and turn to your screens, lest you gain empathy. I'm 7 years old when I called a video game gay. It had angered me, and I'd heard my babysitter and father and countless others around me use the term to describe shit that pissed them off. So I use it like a cuss. My mom put a bar full of soap in my mouth and told me what it meant. But it seemed stupid to me. Why would anyone use gay as an insult or as a way to, it didn't make sense. I felt like I'd betrayed myself for some reason, you know? What was wrong with 2 people loving each other? I was confused and ashamed, and I didn't understand why. Hey, Screen Soldiers, reminding you it's never okay to ask why. If you or someone you love is suffering from conflicting thoughts, just don't. Remember that the algorithm doesn't make you educate yourself unless you don't want to. I'm 10 years old. I have a crush on a boy, but I don't know it yet. I wouldn't entertain the possibility for at least another 9 years, and it would take me even longer to fully say it out loud. But for now, I have a crush on my boy in my class, and he is above all sweet to me. He's patient, and he sees in me something that I don't see in myself, and he gave me confidence. He was the first true friend I ever had at that point. But I can't be thinking of that, because my grandma says that being gay is a sin, that it can be controlled because there are brothers in the congregation suppressing their homosexuality. Never mind that they're suppressing it by sexually assaulting boys in the congregation, by abusing their own kids, or even spewing hateful rhetoric against those of my kind. I was 10. Hey, Screen Soldiers, look at this liberal tranny. Remember to keep on scrolling past this one. They're too woke, too radical. Who are they to criticize our beloved algorithm? And besides, what kind of freak would relate to this? They're trying to brainwash you. I'm in high school. I've come out as bisexual to my closest friends because I live in a town where they would beat me up just for existing. I've made a friend group of a few people like me, but there's this one girl. Sometimes we all do our makeup trying to look like the opposite gender, uploading videos to Vine, trying to, do stupid little challenges and shit, but she's so pretty, and God, I wish I could look like her. I wish I could have her voice, her hair. I started resenting her, not even knowing why, just because I knew I couldn't be that pretty. When I realized for the jealousy why, I wanted to kill myself. I've been going to church with my grandma. I've learned all about the faggots and the trannies and how they're an abomination to God. If God made me, why did he make me like this? So I started praying, but nobody was there. I had no idea that my Savior was in the room with me. I would have to save myself because nobody was coming for me. I hear on the news all the time about how filthy people like me are, and even though I don't know what I am, I should hate it. But why? Hey, screen soldiers, just here to remind you to keep scrolling. Keep ignoring the world around you. The suffering we do not live does not affect us. Keep filling that hole with distractions. Keep on keeping on. Just keep watching for a little bit longer. Keep distracting. Keep your attention on everything that doesn't matter. Do anything but feel. Numb yourself. Wonder when you opened up your phone just to find out that you've been on it for hours. Because every precious second you spend with me, you could be learning. You could be growing. You might just stop caring about me altogether. And if we can't have that, well, you might just end up with a little bit of empathy. My grandmother, it's 2020. I'm locked in a house with a woman who I know would never even look me in the face if she had any idea who I was. I sit across an empty room feeling the emptiness within the room in my heart because I know that there is nothing more than two people who are stuck in a room together. But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I'm still going because I am loved. I am enough. Every single one of you is loved. Every single one of you is enough. Do not ever give up. Don't let them tell you anything else. Because you know what? Beyond the trannies and the faggots, beyond all of that, we are all just fucking human. We are not demons. We are not uneducated, we are not brainwashed, and we are certainly not fucking going anywhere. No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA! No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA! And there's one more thing I need all of you screen soldiers to know. The internet started as a super information highway. It was built on the idea of communicating ideas from one end of the spectrum to the other. And it served as a digital archive of the way that humans interacted with each other. And it has become a corporatized hellscape with no regulation designed to prey on you. The secret they don't want you to know about the algorithm is that it is you. It is every choice, every video you watch, every social media like you post, every time you tag your information, they are watching it. They are creating a digital algorithm based on your likes and your interests. Now, I know that sounds pretty dark, so let me just bring it back up a little bit here. There are active steps we can take, okay? We obviously turn off ad personalization. Turn off your notifications if you can help it. Try and go out, connect with your community, build relationships, grow, become stronger within your community, because that's all you have. I was the savior of myself. You guys all have the power to be your own saviors. We all have the power to stop what's going down in there and fight. Thank you for your time.
All right, I want to thank you all for coming out, and if I haven't said it today, you're all incredible people for being out here in the rain. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so now we're going to, oh wait, first, before I start the open mic, has anyone from the Transgender Unity Coalition shown up to speak? Transgender Unity Coalition, anywhere? Okay, I think they missed my email. That's okay. All right, so we're going to set up an open mic. I think I might plug in my phone for a little interlude of Pink Pony Club while people get lined up here. And I would love to hear from all of you.
Autistic United States Army soldier. And part of me, sorry, I got a big voice.
part of me was a little afraid to come out here today. I'm sure some of you were too. Is that right? Yeah. Maybe a little bit, maybe a little trepidation here and there. Not too much, because you're still here, right? Yeah. So this is a reminder that every single one of you has a role to play. Some of you come out here to march. That's worth some applause. Some of you come out here to give some pretty excellent freaking speeches. Some of you come out here to support your loved ones who might be scared. I see a lot of kids out here. I see a lot of queers. I see a lot of trans people. They need us to protect them. Some of us are here to protect those people, right? I want you to know my role to play is that I'm a soldier. I'm here to lay down my life for you guys. I'm here to defend you. I'm here to defend your right to freaking exist. I will always be here for you. That might not be your role. Maybe your role is to make sure you're talking to your family members about what's actually happening to you and your loved ones. It's organizing. It's that speech writing. It's making sure your friends and neighbors know this is happening right here, right now. I swear to God, this is the most eloquent I've ever been in like a year, all right? So, my role isn't the incredibly intellectual and wonderful work these people are doing to organize rallies like this. My role is to show up and remind you guys you also have a role to play. The only thing you're not allowed to do is be a bystander.
Thank you.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Dr. Tara Cody Lee Weston. I am a psychiatrist and a neuroscientist, and I am transgender. And thank you all for coming out. I want to spread the word that we are not mentally ill. Hormones treated my depression better than any psychiatric medication or intervention I ever had. I thank my endocrinologist for that. And I take great issue with the fact that the language of my profession is being weaponized right now by the right. I mean, who here has been told you need mental health help because you're queer in some form or fashion? And I'm here to tell you, every one of you out here right now is seeing a psychiatrist, and being LGBTQIA, 2S+, any of the other letters does not mean that you are ill. And being ill for any other reason does not mean that you're without value. And I'm going to try and keep this brief because we're all freezing, but I wanted to tell a little story about hope in my profession. Back in 1973, the American Psychiatric Association removed homosexuality as a disease from the book that we categorize diseases by, the DSM. And at that time, the stigma was so much worse that Dr. John Fryer had to wear a mask to advocate for gay rights in the psychiatric community because you could lose your medical license. And I will say that as bad as things look right now, I'm here with my real name and my real face, advertising my transness for all to see, and my license is safe. So we are making progress. So I think with that, I think I'll cede my time. Just know that I love you all and you are supported, and we're gonna get through this.
Howdy, fam. Because I have ADHD and time blindness. So, my name is Maya, but I also go by Frankie. Back in October of 2006, I was starting my freshman year at college, and they had set up a door on the quad, and they were asking people. And I remember someone locking eyes with me, and they said, "Hey, do you want to come out?" And I said, can you come out as straight? They clocked me well before I did. In August of 2009, I was having dinner with my sister, and I said our waitress was pretty. Wow, I didn't expect to cry. And she told me that if I was gay, she would still love me, but she wouldn't like me anymore. She's come a long way, too. In 2015, I was a straight woman, and I married a straight man. We were both cis. Excuse me. We are both cis in 2015. We get to 2022, and I meet the most amazing woman. And my husband says, I'd like to open our marriage. And I said, all right. In 2023, we got divorced, and we both realized we were not cis, and we both realized we were not straight. He is now one of my really good friends, and it is because of us being able to meet other people like us, and that's almost my time, but meet other people like us in places like this that made us realize, and you are all valid, and it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to where you need to be, you are still valid.
Hello, everybody. Can we first give a hand for all our great speakers and for Jamie for heading this up? She did a great job. My name is Jessica. I'm a member of the MCRL group, but I'm also a member of Workers Strike Back, and I want to give a plug for why you should join Workers Strike Back going forward. I appreciate the spirit of this demonstration, which is that nobody is coming to save us. I think that we need to name our enemies. It's Trump, but it's also capitalism. And this is where I might lose some people. It's also the Democratic Party. Okay, that's not. Okay, this is a great thing that we need to do more of, but we also need to identify what does not work. Okay, pressuring the Democratic Party to give us reforms or to reform the Democratic Party does not work. It's what got us to this point in the first place, where people feel like the only way they can rebel is to vote for somebody like Donald Trump. That's the only prospect we have for change. And what we are trying to do is build a strong, bold left movement that has real solutions. Build an independent movement and an independent party for the working class and the oppressed. So if you agree that this is our project, tactics and strategy to be determined, please check out this Workers Strike Back group and our little flyer. We're meeting in person once a month, and there's also a national Zoom once a month. Thank you.
Hi, Lansing homies. The weather's pretty gross, but there's so many people still standing here, and I just wanted to take a moment to appreciate all of you here. I just honestly, that's the only sentiment I wanted to convey, was that it's very reassuring to see a whole group of people who are willing to get loud and willing to come together and speak their minds. And yeah, I hope that y'all go home and take care of yourselves, take a nice hot shower, get a nice snack in your belly, and know that you did something good and productive today. And maybe next time when you come out, you can bring someone new with you, someone who's never been to a protest, and reassure them that there are some good people here, and there's a lot of love in this circle. So I just wanted to put that out there into existence, and I will see you guys at the next rally.
Hi, my name is Danny. I'm a trans person of color, and the one way that I love to feel connected to the movement is with music. So I want to sing a song really quickly. This is A Change Will Come by Sam Cooke. It connects you to now, it connects you to the past. All movements are related, all movements are intersectional. Whether we're queer, people of color, black, white, we are all together here in this movement, all in this country. So please put all you can to it and save it. I was born by the river, oh, in a little tent. And just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been a long time living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. 'Cause I go to the movies and I go downtown, and somebody keep telling me no, hang around. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Oh, then I go to my brother. Oh, and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, it's been a long time that I thought I couldn't last for long. Now I know I'm able to carry on. It's been a long, long time running, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. It's coming.
Jamie is doing an interview, so I propose that we wrap this up. People go with that? Okay, let's end with the chant. G-O-T-T-O-G-O.